What is going on, guys? I am back with another review of a day at an amusement park, and today I will be talking about this past Saturday, which was my very first time at Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and I had a good day at Busch Gardens Williamsburg for my first ever time there. And I'll have a separate review on Busch Gardens Williamsburg itself coming down the road in the future, but today I'm going to be talking about how my day was there overall, and this is a review of the day. So anyways, when I first got to Busch Gardens Williamsburg, I rode Verbolten. I rode Verbolten, and it's an underrated family coaster, actually. I actually especially like the indoor parts of it, and the launches are good, and drop over the water is good too. And yeah, so after Verbolten, I rode Kiddens Carousel, I think it's called, but I rode the carousel at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And then after that, I rode Invader, which was an alright GCI. And then after Invader, I think that might be when I rode Griffin. And let me just say, I might like Griffin better than Iron Menace. I don't know yet, but yeah, Griffin is such a great dive coaster. And yeah, so after Griffin, what did I do? What did I do after Griffin? I rode Loch Ness Monster, and then after Loch Ness Monster, I rode Busch Gardens Railroad, which is their train. Comment down below if and correct me if I'm saying it wrong, but I went on Busch Gardens Railroad, and it excuse me, it provided me some really good views of the coasters on it, so I was able to get some great shots of like Pantheon and Big Bad Wolf, The Wolf's Revenge, and yeah, so after Busch Gardens Railroad, I headed over to Pantheon, and then after Pantheon, I headed to Tempesto, I think it was, and then after Tempesto, I ate lunch at some sort of cafeteria. I don't even remember what it was called, but I had a burger at it, and it was really good. And then after that, I headed over to Alpengeist, and which Alpengeist is a great B&M invert. It's like aggressive, and I even like it over Raptor at Cedar Point, to be honest. And yeah, so after Alpengeist, I think that's when I might have headed for a re-ride on Griffin at that point. I'm not too sure, but I think I did probably re-ride Griffin after that. And then after that, I headed over to Finnegan's Flyer, and because I wanted to see how I just wanted to see how it compares to Twizzler's Twisted Gravity at Hershey Park. And honestly, I like Twizzler's Twisted Gravity better than Finnegan's Flyer, but it was still a good ride on Finnegan's Flyer. And so anyways, after that, I think that might have been when the storm came in, and so then I rode their Whirlwind. I forget what their wave swinger is called. Comment down below and correct me if you know the name of it, but I'm pretty sure their wave swinger is called their Whirlwind or something like that, and I got on that while all the coasters were down due to inclement weather. And so after that, I headed to the shade because it started raining for a little while, and then after a little bit, the rain cleared up, and then I got a ride in on Big Bad Wolf, and I must say it's one of the best type. It's one of the best of that type of invert I've ever ridden. Like best. It's like my favorite, like, smaller scale B&M invert I've ridden. Like, not too rough, not too rattly. Yeah, Big Bad Wolf is a thumbs up for me. And so, anyways, after Big Bad Wolf, I headed for a re-ride on Pantheon, which was really good. And then after that re-ride on Pantheon, I headed over to Marco Polo's Marketplace for dinner, where I got a chicken parm. And then after that, I headed for a re-ride on Big Bad Wolf. And and then after Big Bad Wolf, I did the Battering Ram. And then after Battering Ram, I got a re-ride on Apollo's Chariot. I forgot to mention, I rode Apollo's Chariot earlier on at one point in the day, and during the afternoon. And so, anyways, later on, after the Battering Ram, I got a re-ride on Apollo's Chariot, and I got the same row as before. And so, anyways, after that, I think that might have been when I got 2 more rides on Pantheon. Forgot to mention, I also rode Turkish Delight at one point in the evening, which is their teacup ride at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. And yeah, and I think they were all in the same row 4, because like the reason I kept getting assigned the same row on the coasters, on most of the coasters, I mean, is because like I had Quick Queue Unlimited. So every time they scanned my Quick Queue, there was basically a loader who would keep telling me to go in the same row. And I shouldn't say loader. It's just like, maybe I should. It's like the ride-off just kept telling me to go to the same row just because I had Quick Queue. I just wanted to experience like a different row. And so, anyways, after those rides on Pantheon I headed over to Alpengeist, where I was actually able to get the front row. I rode in row 4 earlier, and then later on, I got a front row ride on it. And then after that, I went right back on Alpengeist and got another front seat ride on it. Again, because of the Quick Queue. And I really wanted to get in the back for that third ride on Alpengeist, but I ended up getting front row again. And so, anyways, I couldn't make a big fuss out of it anyway. So, after Alpengeist, I headed over to Griffin for a front seat ride on it. And a front seat Sunset Night Ride on Griffin. Oh my God. I could not believe that ride I had on Griffin in the front seat at Sunset Night. Like, it was just so freaking good. And yeah, I'd highly recommend Griffin, guys. I think I might like it better than Iron Menace lengthwise and layout-wise, too, because even though it does have a mid-course brake run, it does have, like, a splashdown, which is pretty cool. And yeah, so after that Sunset Night Ride on Griffin, that pretty much concluded my day at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So that concludes this review of the day of my first ever visit to Busch Gardens Williamsburg on 7/12/2025. Excuse me. Make sure to reply to me your thoughts on this video, and make sure to stay tuned for more coming soon to Coaster Plus Music 19. And make sure to go check out my merch store on Bonfire. I'll have a link in the description. I sell t-shirts, face masks, all the things. So make sure to go check it out. I'll have a link in the description. And make sure to subscribe if you're new and turn on post notifications so you will not miss when I upload a new video. And I will see you in the next.